Chapter 7 Nso Personal and Communal Taboos in Odinani. Odinani, the indigenous spiritual and cultural knowledge system of Ndibo, is deeply rooted in traditions, rituals, and taboos that guide both personal and communal life. These taboos, known as Nso, play an important role in maintaining harmony, ensuring spiritual balance, and preserving the moral fabric of society. Identifying and understanding these taboos is essential for anyone practicing or studying Odinani, as they reflect the values, beliefs, and spiritual principles that underpin Igbo culture. In Igbo culture, Nso, as we mentioned briefly earlier in this chapter, which you might also hear referred to as Iwuchi, refers to taboos or forbidden practices both in a positive and negative light, which can vary widely not only from community to community, but also on a personal level. What might be a powerful and positive practice for one person could be harmful or forbidden for another. This variability underscores the importance of not judging others based on their practices, as each person has a unique spiritual path, guided by their chi, life force, or personal spiritual guide. Nso are also sacred prohibitions or taboos that govern behavior and practices within Igbo communities. They are considered inviolable rules set by the ancestors and the divine forces to make sure order and harmony are in place. These taboos can be personal, applying to each person based on their unique spiritual paths or status, or communal, affecting the entire community. Violating an Nso or Iwu is believed to be able to cause misfortune, illness, or spiritual imbalance, and usually requires specific rituals or sacrifices to atone for the transgression. Types of Nso. Number 1. Personal taboos. Nso ezinụlọ, family taboos. These are specific to families and can vary widely. They might prohibit certain foods, actions, or associations based on ancestral decrees. Nsochi, individual or personal taboos. These are unique to an individual, usually revealed through personal experience, divination, or spiritual insight. They are closely tied to one's personal chi, spiritual essence, and agwo, spiritual calling. Number 2. Communal taboos. Nsoala, earth taboos. These are prohibitions related to the earth deity, Allah. They include rules about farming, building, environmental consciousness, and other activities that might offend the land. Nso obodo, human taboos. These govern interactions among a group of people or community, ensuring respect, harmony, and social order. Examples include prohibition against incest, theft, and murder. Nso omenala, cultural taboos. These encompass broader cultural practices and traditions, such as rituals, festivals, and rites of passage instituted by the members or leaders of a community. The role of Nso in Odinani. Nso serves several vital functions within Odinani. Some of those functions include spiritual harmony. Individuals and communities can maintain balance with the spiritual world, honor their ancestors, deities, and cosmic forces by observing Nso. Moral guidance. Nso provides clear ethical guidelines to promote behaviors that align with Igbo values of respect, integrity, and communal well-being. Social cohesion. Taboos help unify the community by establishing shared norms and practices, encouraging a sense of collective identity and purpose. Protection. Observing Nso protects individuals and communities from spiritual harm, misfortune, and the wrath of offended deities or ancestors. 2 examples of common Nso. Number 1, Nsoana or Iwana, laws of the earth or earth-related taboos. These include prohibitions against harming the environment, such as cutting down sacred trees, killing certain animals, or polluting water sources. Offenses against Allah, the earth deity, like incest or breaking oaths, are considered severe and require significant atonement rituals. Number 2, Nso B, prohibitions in sacred spaces. Certain areas, such as shrines or ancestral lands, are off limits for specific activities like sex, planning evil, violence, menstruation, or wearing shoes. Consequences of violating Nso. Violating an Nso can have serious spiritual and social consequences. It is believed to have the ability to disrupt the balance between the physical and spiritual world, leading to personal suffering or health issues often attributed to offending spiritual entities, disruptions within the community, including conflicts, natural disasters, or communal strife. Specific rituals or sacrifices such as Ikboaru or Ikbochionuno are necessary to appease the offended deities or ancestors and restore balance. Understanding the various ways that Nso can exist and their significance is very important for Odinani practitioners. Participating in communal rituals and personal devotions helps maintain spiritual harmony and respect for the taboos, and regular consultation with spiritual guides or dibia, priests, or elderly custodians in various Igbo communities can provide insights into personal and communal Nso to ensure proper adherence and address any violations. 6 ways to discover your Nso personal taboos. Number 1, start from your community. Your journey to knowing your personal taboos should begin with your community. Investigate what your village or family forbids or avoids in their traditional practices or culture, or minana. Usually, you'll find that your community has general taboos, and within that, your kindred may have their own specific ones. Observing these communal and familial taboos can provide a strong foundation for your personal spiritual practices. Number 2, self-observation and self-divination. Personal observation is very important in identifying your unique taboos. Pay attention to how your body and spirit react to different foods, activities, and environments. If something doesn't feel right or negatively affects your well-being, it might be a personal taboo. This process of self-discovery requires honesty and mindfulness, as what works for others may not be suitable for you. Number 3, inquire about your reincarnator, Onyuwa or Chi. In Igbo spirituality, it is believed that each person may reincarnate within their families. Find out about your reincarnator, who they were in a past life, and what taboos they observed. This information can usually be gathered from family members who might have knowledge of the reincarnator's life and practices. Observing these inherited taboos can help align you with your spiritual lineage. Number 4, follow the practices of great dibias. If you have a spiritual calling or are a dibia, a spiritual healer or priest, it is beneficial to adopt the best practices of the most revered and pure dibias. There are common taboos in Igbo culture that are generally observed by all dibias. Incorporating these into your life can improve your spiritual strength and purity. Number 5, use Afa divination. Afa divination is a traditional method used to gain insight into one's life and spiritual path. Consulting with a skilled Afa diviner can help you identify specific taboos that your Chi or Agwu wants you to observe. This method provides a direct link to spiritual guidance. which can ensure that you are in alignment with your spiritual needs and avoiding harmful practices. Number 6. Understand your elemental associations. In Igbo cosmology, each person is linked to one of the 4 market days by birth: Eke, Orie, Afo, or Nkwo. Each of these elements has specific attributes and associated taboos. Discovering which market day you are associated with and understanding its characteristics can help you identify practices and substances to avoid. Knowing and observing your personal taboos in Igbo spirituality is a deeply personal journey that requires introspection, community engagement, and spiritual guidance. You can uncover the practices that align with your unique spiritual path and avoid those that are detrimental by following these 6 steps. Remember, everyone has their own path with their chi, and it is important to respect and honor these individual differences while staying true to your own spiritual journey.